God damn, the sneeze is not coming. I wasn't really sure if I should make this video. As you can hear, I sound a bit nasal, stuffed nose, a bit sick. And I was just like, I could just lay on the couch, relax a bit, try and get better. But no. I did really want to make this video. And I knew that if I made this video, eventually I would feel accomplished. I would feel like I use my time well, even if I'm sick. So yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. And it's ironically, I want to talk about motivation. Now, motivation, what is motivation? I think we all know the word motivation, but what is the actual meaning behind it? Motivation is the reason why you do something. It's the feeling you have when you want to do something productive that requires hard work. Motivation is a powerful feeling and usually starts going to the gym or starts working on a project. But this feeling is never constant. It always fades away. And due to this feeling fading away, you usually end up where you were before you were motivated. Now, I remember when I had motivational moments. When the motivation kicked in, I was energized and acted right away. I went straight to work on a project I've been thinking about for a while, no procrastination at all. And then when you start typing away at your laptop, you slowly feel reality creeping in. The task you're doing starts to get boring or uncomfortable, and this is not what you had in mind. You thought you were going to get a scene from the movie Limitless. Sadly, this is not how it goes in life. When the motivation is gone, you stop working on your project and it becomes lost in the sad map of unfinished projects. Motivation is a feeling you shouldn't rely on. Now, I used to watch those speeches of David Goggins or Steve Jobs, and I used to feel very motivated at the time. These videos are very good at hyping you up with the emotional music, dramatic editing. When I watched these, I eventually got the energy to start the task or get ready to go to the gym. But a day or two after, I would not do those activities anymore. It was a repeating cycle. It's because these videos only got me focusing on the fun parts of the journey, the goals and the success. They don't show the boring parts in these videos because they're unattractive, of course. Your mind starts thinking big and starts forgetting the small goals that are actually important, the goals that lead to great success. When you start doing these tasks, they will feel boring. And it's not like these videos, of course. I'm not saying you should stop watching these, because I do believe it's good to be motivated quickly sometimes and look at the big picture. But be very aware of the small goals as well. What you also need to realize that even the fun things have boring and hard and sexy tasks. When I started this YouTube channel, I was very excited to start uploading videos and grow as a YouTuber. It's a cool thing, right? But once reality kicks in and I started realizing that you must get ideas, write a script, edit these videos, upload them, and do research about YouTube and all that stuff, it's kind of demotivating because you get overwhelmed with all these tasks. The thing is, every activity has this, or every job. There are always unsexy tasks, even if you have a dream job. If you want to be a film director, for example, you can't just go and direct a film. You must first do many tasks that probably aren't that fun, but this leads to the fun stuff. Or if you want to have a ripped physique, you first must put in the many painful hours before you can get to the fun part of having those ripped abs. You just have to go through these things, even if you're not motivated. That's where the real progression lies. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a great model that shows the motivation of a human being. So it's basically a pyramid of what is needed for humans to become the best version of themselves. The first part of the pyramid are the physiological needs. It's air, food, water, shelter, clothing, warmth, sleep. When these needs are not met, you cannot function properly. And the second part of the pyramid are safety needs, so security of employment, health, family, property. And the third part are love and belonging, your friendships, family, and intimacy. The fourth part is esteem. So respect, self-esteem, status, freedom, and strength. Not all these stages have to be 100% satisfied to achieve the fifth and final part, that is self-actualization. And self-actualization is where you reach creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, and try to become the best version of yourself. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to take Maslow's pyramid with you and to analyze that, and then look at your life to see what you are doing to get to that fifth stage of self-actualization. There are some things to help you be more motivated and, even more important, consistent. The first thing is to develop your discipline. You need to become familiar with the fact that you must work on things you don't want to work on. Probably heard this many times before. This skill benefits you big time because motivation is the thing that starts a project and discipline finishes the project. Discipline is also one of the hardest things to learn, especially in a society where the attention span is quite low and uncomfortable things are seen as a negative. Lowering social media helped me become more disciplined because it's like a weight that is dropped from your shoulders when you lower that consumption. You feel like you must keep up with social media, but you really don't have to. There is nothing beneficial for you there. But these big media companies, they make you think that there is something important for you there because the algorithm is so personalized. Now, quitting social media is very hard, so try to lower your consumption gradually. Because if you quit cold turkey right away, it's very likely that you will go back to these channels. Now, it is possible, but this requires a lot of discipline. So this is what I first did. I first deleted Instagram and then still used the other apps that I had. And then I eventually started using social media only on the weekends, which will also benefit me big time because, it helps me focus during the week on other important tasks. And just social media is not on your mind. It usually really clouds your mind. And yeah, what also helps me to be disciplined is setting up SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Setting up SMART goals helps you to be consistent because now you have an actual specific goal to work towards. This is a simple SMART goal for fitness I set up. So it's like, I want to gain 10 kilograms before January 2023 while consistently working out for 6 days a week. This is to help achieve muscle growth, to build a better physique and be stronger. Now, this sentence is specific and feels a bit uncomfortable because you're confronting yourself with it, but that's a good thing. It's concrete, and you're more likely to reach this goal because it's so specific. It's so smart. And another thing that helped me develop my discipline was to clear my mind. I used to remember a lot of things, and this would be very, very stressful because it's like a big chaotic pile of information with no structure in your head. Eventually, I started to plan and write to-do lists in Google Agenda or Google Calendar, and this cleared my mind because every task or activity that I had to do, I could simply write in there, and it's like all that information in my head went to the to-do lists or calendar. And it's really calming to know you have a place for this information. It also is very satisfying to check off a task that you did. So try to weekly plan. Put in your work, school, fitness, and other activities. And then in the to-do list, write down things you must get done. Look at your calendar and see where you can work on those things. And this will help you big time, trust me. In a time where social media is a big player, it's of course very hard to look at your own small achievements. Stop comparing yourself to other people on social media. They have their own problems. Look at yourself and see where you progressed. Even if it's the small things, appreciate them. Therefore, I recommend documenting your progress during fitness. This will make you look back and be grateful for those achievements. But not only fitness, make sure to document your other progress on things. If that is, could be work or maybe even YouTube, for example. See where you started and eventually look at where you stand now. So compare yourself to the past self. And of course, it is perfectly fine to be competitive with other people. Use it as competition and not to compare. The key thing is Don't rely on motivation, because motivation is just a feeling, whereas discipline is the real hard worker and the real skill you have to develop. Even fun tasks can be painfully boring, but this is just something you must accept. Maturity is doing the work regardless of how you feel. Later.